Alright. I don't know what order I'm going to do this in. Whether I'm going to put the wires on the board first or wire up some of these things. But found another document, which is the can you see the layout of where the knobs and stuff are supposed to go. Speed and volume, yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to start working on this. It's not going to be all that interesting, me putting things in holes and tightening them down. So it exists. Have fun, etc. I'll show it to you when it's done. So this isn't shown very clearly on the boards. I got a lot of the wires hooked up, but they're showing using a wire and some other ways to hook up the antenna. But they did include this RG174 thin coax. And so I've got the braid hooked to the ground here and the center post hooked in there, but I'm really afraid of that braid. So I put a piece of heat shrink over here. I'll push it on there and I'll heat that up with a hairdryer. I cut it short for this case, but that's just something I did there. Here's the case. At this point, they included these ME pads. So I've got the diode between the power, positive, then the band is at the switch on the top, in this case it could be the bottom depending on how it's set. And then the center, there's this 1K resistor to this ME pad. That will send the positive wire to the positive end over here. There's a ME pad. And then the negative, I'll have a negative wire that goes to the braid of the antenna. Or any other negative that's here, really. So that'll be for the LED in the front. I just happen to have green and black hookup wire, so green will be positive. I'll try and show how these ME pads work. They're just a little metal pad. Oh, crap. Here's another one. They're these little metal pads. You super glue them on. You just blob solder on, and then you'll heat up that solder and stick your wire in there. So there's already a blob of solder on here. So what I'll do, I don't know if you can see that, I'll just stick this wire like this. And put down one notch. Hopefully that doesn't pierce the wire there. And then, this is too long. Try this little rubber clamp here. Son of a gun. Probably use tape just as easy at this point. Alright. Hopefully you can see that the wire is kind of touching. Let's see if I can do this so you can see what I'm doing. Now you'll see this puddle of solder. Hopefully. I'll just bring this down, touch it on here. Boom, the solder melts. We have a connection. I'll drop a little bit more solder in there. Try and move the wire down. Melt the solder bridges. There we go. Hopefully you can see all that. Was I totally in the way? Yeah, should have been able to see all that. So, I'm completely uncoordinated, that's why it took so long. It's actually a lot easier than it looks there. This will be the power cord here, and I'll run up to the front to the positive. I don't know if you can see that in there, that little black mark on the edge of the diode here, on the edge of the LED here. That's so I know which side's negative. And these me pads are there too. So, I'll tin the end of this wire, cut it to length here. Alright, that's been tinned. Let's see if I can get this on here and let you guys see what I'm doing. Crystals need to get out of the way. I'm leaving a lot of excess wire under here, but that's alright. All you have to do is melt the puddle. Let it solidify, bam, you're right back in business. I like the way the wire's hanging up top here. There we go. Just bury those back in there. Everything's in. Now I need to bring a negative to it. I had a yellow wire. Put some black marker on it. One of my downfalls is I like my connections a lot longer than are really necessary when I'm doing this. I strip way too much wire and there we go. Bingo. Alright, so that's the LED connection. Put a piece of run that flat like that. There we go. So flatten it out up against the front here. Bring this up to the shield of the antenna port which goes in there. It's got this shield on it. And I'll go to that shield with the shield of the coax. And I stripped, like you see, I can strip way more there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably thin out this shield. Thin this out, because that's the whole shield. I'll probably cut it down about half thickness. I'll strip this to the right place. Solder this in there. Okay, we're up in the ham shack now. And I didn't put this knob on over here yet. It's complete. And it's not pretty. These wires here I'm not happy with. I should have mounted them on the other side, underside of the board, and then brought them up, but I didn't. The speed, I got to read a little bit more. That speed adjustment doesn't seem to be working for me, and I really don't like how I've got my coax hooked up here. This coax just didn't work for me the way. I don't know if I'm going to redo that or not. Not thrilled with it. But other than that, it does work. one thing that I would ask the case guy, I guess he's getting carried away with these cases. That's laser engraved. He put the speed here for the paddle, and then the paddle over here, and the headphone jack here, and the volume here. I would switch these two, or these two, whichever one, so that the volume is above the headphone and the speed is above the paddle. That just makes the most sense to me. But whatever. So I'll let you hear this if we can. I'll put the headphones somewhere near the speaker here. Maybe you can kind of hear what's going on. This is, this is a goofy way of doing it. That's the initial startup beeps. And we should be hearing, I don't know if you can hear it here. I'm not hearing anything. Hold on. Well, earlier I was hearing plenty of audio. It's the second day of field day, and when I cranked this thing up last night on the first day of field day, that was just going nuts. Just absolutely crazy. Put this into a dummy load. Now I don't have a paddle yet, but I do have an old headphone jack. And we should, if the volume's up loud enough, be able to hear it if I make some those must be dashes. Those are dits. Hopefully that comes through. This is so hard to do. And we're peaking at about 1/4 of a watt. So clearly there's more to do. Especially since I'm not getting any receive right now. But I was getting receive just fine the other day. Clearly the thing I need to do first is learn Morse code so I can actually transmit on this thing or understand what I'm hearing. Well, it is what it is. We'll see what we see. I don't know why I'm not getting any receive. That doesn't make any sense to me. But here we go. One project down the drain. And like I said, those are backwards. Maybe there's a good reason why I did it, but I don't know. I would have done it differently. And I may change it. We'll see, but it's laser engraved, so whatever. I didn't follow the directions on the cabling. As far as colors and stuff, I kind of did my own thing. Went off the reservation there, but it works. It's all good. Again, there's some things I would do differently. But maybe I'll get a 20 meter and put that together. Alright, this is Brian from MomentToPonder, and we're going to finish up with that. That'll be the end of this series, unless I can get it on the air. Like I said, I didn't put the knob on this one because it is not working to change the speed. I may not have read the instructions right, so I may need to figure that out to change the speed, but it would really help to have a paddle first. So that may be my next project, making a little paddle or finding one cheap somewhere. So this is W3BUB, Brian from MomentToPonder, and have a good day.